Hi, Peggy. Just connecting. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Well, good morning. Happy Thursday. Let's start in child's pose this morning. Let's take a moment there to take a few full deep breaths. And just notice from your skin in, turn your attention from your skin in. And then from here, we'll do a few thread the needles, and you'll go on your own pace, side to side. So you'll just take one arm and thread it under from child's pose and just pause as long or as short as you want. And then you'll switch to the other side. Just moving a little bit side to side. Remember, this is probably the first, big stretcher movement of the day, so it doesn't need to be huge. Just looking, the shoulders, the rib cage, the hips, the neck, just looking. More, just moving easily side to side. Hi, Darian. Just starting. No, you're fine. And then you'll start to bring yourself forward to tabletop and keep that going. But maybe it gets bigger. Maybe you open to the side first and then thread it under. Not worrying about the pace anyone else is going, just going at your own pace. Moving side to side, to these threads and needles. And if you liked it better in that child's pose version, you're welcome to slide the hips back, or if it feels good here, just keep it going. If you want to stay for a breath or two, you can. About another, minute or so. Keep exploring this movement. Notice if one side is different than the other. When you feel complete, we'll come to tabletop. So there's no hurry for this either. And just move through a few cow and cats, now front to back. You can lean into the hands, lean back into the hips, looking into the spine line. Then just tuck your toes, lift up to downward facing dog. You can make any adjustments with the length of your dog, front to back. You want to walk the feet back or hands forward. If you want to pedal it out, you can do that. Just full deep breaths in, long deep breaths out. And then lift your heels and start to tiptoe or walk your feet to your hands. And to ragdoll forward fold. So you can hold on to the elbows. Sway your body side to side. And then from here, you'll bring your hands to the floor. So bend the knees if you need to. Take your right leg up towards a standing splits or standing L. Go to the ceiling or to an L. You might even bend the knee, roll the hip open, and draw a few circles with the knee. And then see if you can take the leg out to an L to the right. So stretch the leg out as far to the right as it'll go. And then set it down next to the left. Good, and then you'll just switch sides. So shift to the right foot, slide the left leg back, maybe just straight back like an L or to the ceiling. Bend the knee, and then maybe draw a few circles. Okay to have the right knee, the standing leg bent. Take the leg out to the left into that L shape. Really press the heel away from you. And then set it down next to the right. And then soft bend in the knees. You'll come on up to stand. Stretch the arms up to the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart. And then arms down by the sides. Mountain pose. All right, we'll move through some sun salutations. On your inhale, go ahead and reach up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And step back or hop it back. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good, one breath. Look forward, bend the knees, step or hop to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One full breath. Exhale, look forward and step or hop to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, low plank. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Step, hop, or tiptoe to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last one, rise up, extended mountain. Maybe a hint of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in. Breathe out. Step, hop, or tiptoe to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. And imagine like crawling a little higher up out of the hips. So really lengthen the sides of the body. You can wrap the pinky fingers in from the shoulders so the arms are in external rotation, spreads the upper back. And weight in the heels, squeeze the glutes. Lift the pit of the belly a little bit, core strong. You sit 5 inches deeper. And breathe in and exhale, forward fold, bow. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. That's Maria. It's less crooked today. And then that expression through the arms. The arms are just this extension of the whole body, really. I love that in our normal life, like we put our arms up for celebration, you know, and a sporting event. And here we get to do it just for joy. Being in your body in this like celebratory way. One more breath, maybe go up and go back. And then hands to the mat, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the left hand, warrior one. Grounded through the feet, spread the toes out on the mat. Feel into your body, right? Your attention from your skin in. Listening to the sound of your breath, discovering if you're holding yourself back, waiting for later in the practice, or maybe can you go a little deeper now? With one more breath, reach through the 10 fingertips, go up and back. And then hands to the mat, high plank to low plank. Spiky, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Nice, Lanny. You little bird up there. Breathe here. We're going to flow through that again. So we'll come forward in a moment. What I'm noticing in some of you is you always step with the same foot forward. So see if you can step with the opposite foot and just be mindful of those details here. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Walk or hop forward. Step with the other foot. Should either halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Good, high to low plank. Just one breath. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot to left hand, warrior. High to low plank. That could be modified or adjusted. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One breath. Exhale, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, forward fold. Go through a sun B. Actually, let's do 2 more on your own. On your own. And if you don't remember, make it up. Sun B is chair through to, the warriors. For one breath, one movement. If you take extra, that's okay. I want you to move with intention, paying attention. Yes, Peggy, good. Nice, Stephanie. Moving on your own with breath. One breath, one movement. Moving with intention. One full breath in downward dog. Just go through it. Just keep going until I tell you to stop. Just keep moving. Good, Lanny. Yeah, if you need a child's pose or you need to pause somewhere, do that. Just feeling and moving in your body with intention, adding in breath, and have the pressing into the palms or the feet, the connection to the earth, hugging into the center line of your own body. Where are you not present? Can you get present to where you're not present? That's an interesting concept. Nice, Maria. Just keep moving. Keep breathing. We're going to the end of this song. Keep breathing. Nice, Lanny. Awesome, Peggy. Inhaling and exhaling. Linking breath to movement. Amazing. Coming into downward facing dog from wherever you are. Downward facing dog, pause, notice. Notice the pace of your breath, heart rate. Good. Lift your right leg to the ceiling here, and you're gonna bend the knee, roll the hip open, and flip your dog. You flip over, plant the feet, lift the hips and heart. Yeah, take the right arm to the sky, Darian. Right arm up. Yeah, good. And then drop your head back, look towards me, lift higher, and then reach towards me. Reach that right arm towards me, yeah, towards the front of the room. And then flip back over. Right hand is the base for side plank. Right hand down, open to the left. Or it could be right knee on the ground. Lift the right hip up even higher. And then downward facing dog. Go back. Take the left leg to the sky. Bend the left knee, roll it open, and flip. So it's a pivot. You might drop the hips and then lift and reach up, drop the head, open the throat, open the heart, lift the hips higher. Flip around. Left hand is the base. Open to side plank. Your variation, feet can be staggered or stacked, or right leg can be lifted even. Awesome, Stephanie. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Walk to the back of the mat. Interlace your hands at your low back. Just a little stretch of the shoulders. Wrap the shoulders to the back. Good, nice use of the shirt. Yeah. And sway a little bit side to side. And then release the hands softly back to the ground. Walk yourself back forward. Downward facing dog. Stretch the right leg up to the ceiling. And big step forward, crescent lunge. Back heel lifted. And hands to prayer and twist to the right. Revolve right. Left elbow to right thigh or left hand to the floor. Good. Yeah, that's fine. Even if it's by a default, if the hand drops, it's fine. Then get intentional. Maybe you open the arms there. Nice with the back leg. Energy, breath, and ease. Invite in some ease. And then warrior two, you'll bring it up and around, open up. And tip to the right, extended side angle. Wrap the left arm behind the back here. And then you're gonna, we'll take a bind. And I know some of you are like, I don't bind, but let's try it. So you'll dip forward. You'll take your chest forward. So go low. And take the right arm under the right leg and the left hand behind the back and see if you can find the hands. Just see. See if you can find the hands. Good. Now, right here, look down to the right foot and step the left foot forward. So it's gonna go up and up. Yeah, good. And if you don't have the bind, it's okay. It's okay. If you don't have the bind, you're in a forward fold. If you've maintained it, stay there. And you can either drop the head and hang out, or you shift your weight to your left foot and come up, lifting the right leg with you. It's called vertical paradox. And if you don't have the bind or you lost it, you can come up and catch the right knee in the right hand, standing. And then open the right leg to the right. And if you've got the bind, great. If you don't, you can try to catch it here if you want. Good, Stephanie. Sit up really tall. Stand up really tall. Maybe you straighten that upper leg. If not, it's okay. Stay here. Okay, good. And then just step back down, forward fold, and sway, ragdoll. Shake your head. Good. Release the hands to the mat. Halfway lift. Step or float it back. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stretch the left leg up and back and big step forward to crescent lunge. Bring your hands to the heart and revolve to the left. Some balance. That's good. So challenging the balance, and one thing that helps is finding a focal point and your breath. I'd like to open the arms here. Lift the torso away from the thighs and get your core there. Then warrior two, come up and around. Tip to the left, extended side angle. So this is one of the things I've been talking to this week a little bit in this pose, which will help with the bind, is the hips. So instead of the hips staying kind of square here as you tip, you allow the hips to tip. And the more they tip, the more you're able to catch the bind. So let's try it. So you take those hips, you kind of like you're tipping the water out, and then dip down and see if that left arm can come under, right arm behind the back. That's okay to stay down, and then you'll look down and step forward. It can be a one big step or multiple steps. Good, Maria. Or stay there. It's fine to stay too. Good. And then you either stay there, which is a really nice place to open the shoulders and just hang out and hamstrings, or you shift over to the right foot and the left leg will come up. And it takes something. It takes a little bit of a finding some ease, not just effort. Some ease, some lightness, some like miracle. Or come on up and catch the left foot standing tall. Opening it to the left, pull the shoulders back. If you have the bind, try to straighten that upper leg. A lot of quad, a lot of core, hamstring length, right? Shoulder opening. It's like all these things mixed into one. Okay, forward fold and ragdoll. Just hold the elbows, big sway side to side. Shake your head. Letting go. Release the hands to the floor, halfway lift. Step or float. Let's move through a vinyasa, kind of rinse that all out. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And keep the feet a little wider apart. Just let the hips move side to side. Keeping the feet wide, and you might need to bring the hands closer to the feet. You'll decide. You'll take the left hand to the right ankle. So reach under the body for a twist to the right. Little ringing out twist. So all of you roll the right tricep towards the ground. Yes. Right tricep towards the ground. Yes. Good. And then switch arms. So right hand to left ankle. So instead of shining that left tricep towards the left wall, shine it towards the floor. So keeping that left side of the body really strong. And you can bend the right elbow a little bit. Like that, kind of there, just like that. You don't even have to catch the foot. Perfect. Bring both hands back to the mat. Keep walking back to the feet. Walk the hands all the way to the feet. Let's come down into a squat here. Malasana Squat. How's everyone? Sweaty, good. My favorite. As always, I like to give you options and choices and like really listening to what's best for you. So you can stay here. You can play with crow if you've been working on crow lately. This is a nice place to play because you have lots of mat in front of you. So you can play with crow. The other option from here is maybe walking the hands forward and playing with some like little leapfrogs. It could either be a hop up and back on the mat, working on some like light landing, or it can be up to, like little arm balance kind of hops. You choose. What are you in the mood for? The hops, crow, Malasana Squat, child's pose. Those are all good options. And then things to work on, like if crow's just like you're right there, maybe trying the hands a little wider or the elbows out, like be at play with it doesn't have to be one way. Stephanie, that looks really solid. There's that. And if you've been, the other thing too that's to play with is if one foot's easy to lift, try the other foot first. So I have one foot that's always like feels safer to lift, like that one. So if I try lifting the other one first, this one then will automatically kind of follow. And then right there. So what happened was you made back. Yeah, I get scared. It gets scary. It gets scary. So like I bring you a nice solid crow. What does it take to hold it?
Lean forward.
Lean forward. Right. There's like a moment. Yeah, instead of going back, go. Yes! Like that. You both did it. You got yourself. Good job. And you all at home. Good. Nice, Erin. I felt so, oh yeah. And then that's the moment. That's the place to stay and play. That's the place, like for me, like if holding up here doesn't feel good, I'll just keep tapping, tapping or trying to, I don't know, like stay forward. Yeah, stay forward. And even if the feet are on the ground, like stay forward and breathe. And there's that's like upper body, core, and then relax your face and breathe. Yeah, like that. That's where you'll build the endurance. Do you feel it when you're there, even if the feet are down? Yeah. Okay. So let's like sit down for a moment. Let's bring your feet to Baddha Konasana. Roll the wrists in some close circles. Good. And then you'll bring the feet flat to the floor. You're going to hold on. So we're going to do another variation of crow, but seated here. So you're going to rock back a little bit till you feel the core body engage. And then there's a difference between the lifting of the chest and the slight rounding. So just kind of play with like feeling into like your upper like abs, solar plexus really. So it's a little round. I don't like the big, huge C round, but you can do that. I like a little. Okay, good. And then you'll pick the feet up and bring the inner edges of the feet together and knees apart. You should feel this right up into the inner thighs and deep core. Then take your arms forward. Now, I know in crow our elbows are bent, but right here I want you to straight arms and push. Yes. And then if you can, you're going to bring the knees to the elbows or triceps and hold. And press the feet together, push through the arms. You should feel hip flexors, quads, deep core. Push, push, push. Pull into center. Awesome. And then rock back onto your back. Hug the knees into your chest. Little rock side to side. And then we'll do it again right here. So bring the inner edges of the feet together, feet to the ceiling, knees apart. Reach the arms up. Now for this one, I don't want you to lift the upper body. So just the lower body. You're gonna curl up and try to touch the knees to the triceps. So below the elbows and just hold. Push into the hands, head on the mat, deep into those lower abs, breathe. Good, and then lower down. You can hug the knees in or stretch whatever way you want. Take some big deep breaths. And we'll do that one more time. Feet together. So press the inner edges of the feet together, knees apart. Straight arms to the ceiling. Curl the tailbone up. Try and bring the knees to the elbows or triceps. Now, if you want, you lift the head and shoulders and you're trying to slide the knees all the way up towards the armpits. And just hold. And press the knees into the elbows or armpits. Lift a little higher. Lift up both ends. Tailbone and shoulders. And then lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. Good, rock front to back along the length of the spine. Just rock forward and rock back. And then you'll rock forward and you can cross the ankles or feet to the side. Step back. We'll come right into upward dog or cobra. Just drop the pelvis, point the toes, stretch out, abdomen, hips, shoulders. Good, and then downward facing dog. Okay, walk your feet to your hands, and then one time we're gonna give crow a go with all of that integrated, okay? So spreading the fingers, press the palms down, hips up, bring your knees up to the triceps or the armpits area. Lean forward. Now right there, feel the core. Pull the belly in. Lengthen the tailbone. Use all of that. Integrate it all right here. Press the feet together. Press the feet together. Try. Come on, Maria. Get those feet to touch for 3, 2. and launch it back. High plank to low plank. Good job. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to warrior 2. And then triangle. Stepping into triangle. And rise up, feet to parallel, hands to the hips. Inhale here and exhale, hold forward. Bring your hands to the floor if you like, or hands can stay on the hips. And then lift up to a flat back, bring your hands to your hips and come on up to stand. Right toes turn forward for pyramid, left foot can step in and up. Pull the shoulders back, lengthen the spine and fold over your right leg. And your hands can come to the floor. If you want to keep them at your back, you can do that from your hips. And then step back, high plank, low plank, or skip it if you need to or want to. Upward dog or cobra pose, shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, warrior two, rise up. And Trikonasana, triangle, straighten that left leg, lengthen the spine. Good, drop. In. Dropping into your body, into this moment, dropping into your breath. Sensations, thoughts, feelings, like everything that's right here. Let that right arm now pull you up, feet parallel, hands to the hips, or you can interlace at your back. Lift up and then folding, moving forward. Release the hands to the mat, lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips and come on up for pyramid. Left toes turn forward, right foot steps in and up. Square your shoulders and hips and fold over the left leg. Keep drawing or sliding that left hip back as you lower. Lengthen even into the back of the neck if you can. Plant the palms, step it back, high plank. Stay there with your high plank. And then very slowly and carefully lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring the arms by your side for locust. So palms will face down, arms by the sides. And then inhale, go ahead and lift up into locust. Lift the shoulders, arms, legs. Straighten the elbows a little bit more. There's triceps. And lower down. Turn a cheek to a side if you can. Just rest. Really letting go. We'll do that again. Locust. Looking down. Inhale. Up you come. Shoulders, arms, legs. Lifting the legs a little higher if you can. Working the lower body. The arms and shoulders a little higher. Working the upper body. And then lower down. Turn your other cheek to the side. Just rest. And then bend the knees for floor bow. You'll reach back and catch the feet or the ankles. You can do one foot at a time. We'll do this twice. Press the pelvis down, press the shoulders to the back and kick and lift, or you can stay with locust. Tidy, nice landing. And the shoulders, the chest, straight elbows. Kick with the legs, which is actually a quad strengthener. It's core body, there's an opening and there's also a little resistance. Good, Darian, a little higher. And then lower all the way down. You can keep holding the feet or let them go and just rest. Good, and then last one here, bend the knees, catch the other foot or both feet. You can hold the ankles and flex or hold the feet and point. Draw the knees in a little bit closer towards each other. Yes, and then kick and lift. Allow the kick of the legs to open the shoulders, pointing the tailbone down towards the ground. So lengthen the lower spine. Good breathing there. And then lower all the way down. You can make a pillow out of the arms and just windshield wipe the lower legs or move the pelvis side to side. Release your feet to the floor. Press up to tabletop. Hands over the shoulders and walk your knees up your mat. I'm going to take a half camel. So you're going to stand up on the shins and then tuck the toes under and reach the right hand to the right heel. And then the left arm goes up, and I like to look to the right here. So looking to the right, press the hips forward. And then you'll just float up. So use some core strength to come up and switch sides. So left hand goes to the left. If you can't reach the heel, it's okay. You can hold the back too. Right arm up. Lengthen the tailbone. Lift through the heart. Breathe. Good, and then you'll float it back up. And then you can do that again, each side or both hands to both heels. So reaching back with both hands or do one at a time. Press the hips forward, hard upward. If you can't catch, hands might be on the back. Lengthening the tail down, pull the shoulders back. If you did one arm, switch to the other. You have both, just stay and breathe for 3, 2. Good, and then come on up. And we'll either sit back into child's pose or downward dog, or you can take cow and cat. Just listening to the body, like what's a good counter pose for you. Overhead of the belly in, wherever you are, slightly floating ribs draw in towards the center line. Good, and then half pigeon, bring the right knee to the right wrist. Or come onto your back for a reclined pigeon. On the back, right ankle, left thigh, or half pigeon here. Good. I love it. You can stay upright, or you can fold forward into the forearms. How's that feel, Varian? Intense. If it's too much, you can come on your back. Alternative, if the hips just really tight. Just be here. It's also okay to bend the back knee and come forward like this. Another option. So sit all the way onto the right hip, like that. And then, perfect. And then fold forward over this side. Is that better? Let your belly be soft. Breath be smooth and even, so you can have an even inhale and exhale, like a 4 count in, 4 count out. Or perhaps you want a little more like releasing, and then the exhale can be longer than the inhale. Switch legs. Go to down dog to switch, maybe paddle it out, take your time, or you can just switch to the floor. Nice, love that. Feel like you need more hip flexor, a little more hip flexor opening, stay upright for a little bit. That you can do. If it's more just the deep ache in that outer hip, or that's where you're just like, oh, I just want to melt into this, you can come down and just kind of melt in. In, like you're tuning into a radio station, tune in to your inside, to your breath. Maybe there's some emotion that you haven't been wanting to acknowledge or feeling a nice place, so just let it be there, whatever it is. Need to figure anything out here. Don't need to know why or figure. It's just looking, listening, paying attention, being willing to let go or shift. That can come in the form of shifting in your body to a way that feels more authentic or accepting and loving. Come on up slowly, and we haven't done this one in a little while. We're gonna it's a frog. So you'll come onto your hands and knees. You can face any direction you want. You're gonna turn on your mat so you're facing the long edge. So turn to a side, and then you'll fold the edges into about a third. So it's not completely in half, but maybe thirds. And then you'll start to walk the knees as far apart as they can comfortably go, and you turn your inner ankles to the ground, and you want your ankles in line with the knees, approximately knees in line with the hips, and then you drop down onto your forearms. And sometimes when I arrive here, if my knees allow, I'll just kind of rock a little bit front to back. If it's too much, I can give you an option. Just let me know. Is all okay? Good, Peggy? Okay, good. So you can put, if you have a pillow or bolster or block, you can put it under your chest, which can be really, really helpful. The other option is to just keep dropping the chest down. The more relaxed the chest can be, I find the more relaxed I can be overall. The other thing that I like to play with a little bit is the pelvic tilt. And so you can be either in a pelvic tuck the tail, or you can be in a pelvic lift, or kind of move between those two, and you'll access different parts of those inner thighs. The other option too is to keep pressing into the inner ankles, like pressing will change things a little bit. You can also do lifts. You can lift those lower legs up to get to this deeper rotation. That's not always easy. Or you just stay and breathe. This isn't working. You can be in Baddha Konasana fold, or you can be in a wide leg fold is another option. Good landing. So you're about 5 more breaths. So 4 counts in, 4 counts out. When you're ready to come out, you can slide onto the belly or you can press back. However you want, there's no right way. And then you'll unfold your mat, come to a seat right in the middle of the mat with both legs out. Check in with the hips. And then you'll keep the right leg extended and bring the left foot to the inner thigh and then just reach forward for that right leg. It can be with one hand or both hands. And then come on up and just switch legs. So straighten that left leg out, bring the right foot in and lengthen forward over the left leg. And come up slowly, extend both legs out in front. Big reach and fold forward over straightish legs. And if they need to bend to get access to this forward fold, that's fine. I like that term fold versus bend. You're trying to fold in half from the top of the thighs like a piece of paper. And come on up slowly for reverse tabletop. So hands behind you, fingers face forward. You can bend the knees or straight legs, either one. You'll lift the hips up and then allow the head to drop back, opening the front of the chest and shoulders, the pelvis. Lower the hips, straighten the legs, lift the head and chest, and then come down onto the forearms for fish. So drop down to the forearms, and then you want to pull the sitting bones back, lift the chest up, and allow the head to go back again. I like working with my head not on the ground, but some people like to rest their head. Good, and then you'll just ease down flat onto the mat, just sliding out. And once you get there, let's draw the right knee into the chest and give it a little squeeze. And you'll take a twist. Hold the right knee in your left hand, cross it over the body. You might scoop the hips to the right. Good. And the right arm can extend out long. You can look in either direction. Come on back onto your back and switch to the other leg. Scoot yourself to center first. Left leg in, hold it in the right hand. Maybe scoot the hips left as you cross the leg to the right. Left arm can extend out for cactus or overhead. Then roll back onto your back and find your way into Shavasana. If there's any final poses that your body wants or needs before you can arrive there comfortably, do that. Letting yourself rest right here. We're reading in the book Journey to the Heart for February 3rd, Break Through Your Resistance. Just let the words wash over you. We sometimes resist new lessons, and what we resist the most is likely to be what we need, what we most need to learn. Our lessons usually come with inner conflict. The action we should be taking, the idea we should be learning, is sometimes hiding behind a wall of resistance. There's a border, a barrier we need to cross to get into the heart of the lesson. Most times that barrier is within us. Lessons require us to let go of old feelings, old beliefs. If they didn't, they wouldn't be lessons. We'd already know them. Sometimes the very thing we feel guiltiest about doing, the place we're most resistant to visiting, the person we're most convinced we shouldn't contact, or the behavior we're tormenting ourselves most about is exactly what we need to be doing. And more often than not, the lesson we're learning is not what we think it is. We need to embrace the surprise element of life, embrace the mystery of life as it unfolds, as the lessons appear, as we grow and change. Do what you need to do to break through your resistance. Often that means simply seeing your resistance for what it is. Remember that the point of greatest resistance is often the place of greatest learning. Maybe notice where in your body you feel resistance. In your mind, it could be in your physical body. It could be kind of elusive. It could be very exact. Maybe call to mind what it is you're resisting. Imagine that area or that person or that thing just loosening the grip of resistance, the barriers down, and energy exchange that's easy, flowing, versus stuck and resistant. Just really picture it, the dam breaking free. Feel ready. Not just notice the sensations of resistance, judgment. Just take a nice deep breath all the way into that space specifically in your body or your mind. Let it all go. Breathing naturally and easily, allowing for more freedom or free space inside. You can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Ready, bend your knees and roll to a comfortable side. Your eyes remaining closed. Go ahead and come up to a seated posture. Nice and tall. Touch the palms together at your heart center, and let's close with one Om today. As that vibration can also help release resistance. Take a breath in. I've ever owned with a mask. Bring your thumbs to your heart, forehead center. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you. I felt the vibration like everywhere. Thank you. At home.
Lisa,
Yes.
when you did the Om, Stubby, our bird, spoke right back to you.
I love it.
Can you see him from where you are?
I can't.
Oh, yeah, he's
Oh,
right
there.
here. Yeah, he
There.
spoke back to you. He was listening the whole class, and then when
I
you did
love-
he went. "Boop, boop."
How sweet is that? I love that.
Thank you for
Thank you.
class. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.